sales everywhere, and 88 Films was one of the sales that I decided to take part in. I was missing 6 titles from their Italian range, and I decided, it was time to pick them up, especially with this 30% off offer that they had on. And I threw in an Asian title because it was $6.99. It was a title I didn't have, and I've slowly became really a fan of these releases that they have, these Shaw Brothers movies, and they're very different, and I know this one's very different again, and that title is The Human Goddess. Now, this I don't think has been a particularly great seller. I think it's very different from a lot of the other Shaw Brothers movies from what I can gather. Like I said, I've slowly found myself gathering all of the Shaw Brothers movies. I'm only missing a couple now, and I basically just threw that one in because it was $6.99. I was going to get it at some point. Now on to something that just freaks me out. I ordered 6 Italian movies. That's what I needed to complete the collection, and they're predominantly clear cases. That's just what they are in the Italian collection, but 3 of them have come in with blue cases, and I have severe distress over that fact. I don't know why, but it's freaking me the hell out that they've got blue cases, and they're not even the same coloured blue. They're all different, so I'm going to have to swap them out at some point, or see if I can get a hold of 3 or 4 clear cases, or maybe buy more, just to help me maintain the aesthetic of the Italian range. So, of the titles I've picked up, I got Umberto Lenzi's Syndicate Sadists, a kind of police crime movie, biker movie. I have heard a lot about this one. It's got a really good reputation, and it was always one of those titles that I was meaning to get, but I've seen lots of clips and trailers and parts of it. I feel like I've seen most of the movie, so I was always choosing other things first, but I finally went for it, and we have one that hopefully is a giallo. That's from a 4K transfer as well. It's the Watch Me When I Kill. It just sounds particularly great. Like I said, I don't know anything about this one. Another blue case, but I've noticed recently that a lot of the Italian range is really starting to go out of print pretty quickly, and I was a little bit worried because I was so into the range that I was going to miss out on a lot of these titles, so I just jumped on these straight away. One that I always kind of looked at, but I never really was that interested in, but then it's made by Lamberto Bava, which should have me somewhat curious, as Delirium, number 29 in the range. Now, when I got this one through, I was reading the back of it, and I seem to have this mixed up with some other movie, because this sounds very much like a kind of giallo-esque crime movie with a stalker picking off starlets, an ex-model trying to keep her career alive, and it does sound like something I'm really interested in, and for the life of me now, I can't understand what I got that mixed up with, what I got confused with that put me off this movie for so long, because it's Lamberto Bava. I want to see most of his movies that I haven't seen already, so I was going to pick it up. Sergio Martino, whom I love, particularly his giallo stuff, but I love some of the more creative and bonkers ones that he does, and this is one that I've often looked at, and I have the fear it's going to be awful, but I kind of hope it's going to be awesome at the same time. And it's 2019, after the fall of New York. Probably some kind of weird rip-off of Escape from New York or something of that ilk. It just, the cover just gives me all kind of excitement and trepidation at the same time, but I just hope Martino has dropped in some of his awesomeness there and created something that's just pure magical cheese. Of course, one of the westerns, when they did a few spaghetti westerns in the series, which I wish they had done more of, to be fair. I've got Django Kill, If You Live, Shoot, which again, it's a Django movie, probably not very much in the way of connective material between that and the original Django, but I do want to check it out. I've got this and I've got Django if you can prepare a coffin or something like that kicking about somewhere, so I'm going to have a little Django day at some point. And last and not least is In the Eye of the Hurricane, which again is a giallo, and it had I think it's a giallo, and it had one of those crazy titles. It was The Fox with the Velvet Tail, which I prefer that title because it's so bonkers. I love all the kind of animalistic names within giallos that have absolutely nothing to do with the story whatsoever. This is from a new 4K transfer as well, which I love when you get these kind of exploitation movies or lost movies that are given these wonderful transfers. And some of the transfers in 88 films, particularly in the later Italian ranges, have been exemplary and absolutely stunning. So that was my sale pickup from 88 films. I managed to get 7 titles, including a particularly upsetting blue cases, which it shouldn't upset me, but it does. I'd love to know if you picked up anything in the 88 film sale. Let me know in the comment box. I'll see you next time.